Hey everyone, my name is Gilbert, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Google Partner Badge. What does it mean when you see that on an agency's website? Does it mean they're good? Does it mean they were recommended by Google? What does the Google Partner Badge actually mean, and how can you distinguish if it's even real? Because someone could put an image on their site. Who knows, right? So let's talk about that. First thing we're going to do is look at the Google Partners About page, and we have basically 3 steps. Qualify for Google Partner status, pass Google Ads certification, meet the spend required across your managed accounts, and demonstrate your performance by delivering strong client and company growth. That's a little bit amorphous. Let's go into the details, what these really mean. So basically, we have our partner badge requirements, and there's 2 kinds of partner badges. We have the regular Google Partner and the Google Partner Premier. And basically, what we have to do to get the partner badge now, is going to change in 2021, or it's already 2021, but it's going to change soon. They didn't give us a date, is meet the performance requirement by delivering solid overall ad revenue and growth and maintaining your growing customer. Again, blah, 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 blah. But basically what that means is you have to spend a certain amount of money in your ads account, and you have to get certified for your ads. Now, Google Partner status or Google Partner Badge has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with SEO. Okay, you don't need to know anything about SEO. All the Google Partner Badge grants you is certification, partner status for ads. So you've basically passed a test, a certification that Google gave you, and you have to spend a certain amount of money. Right now it's $10,000, but it's going to be $20,000 US in the last 3 months or the last 90 days, right? So if someone calls you and says, "Oh, we're Google Partner status," and they're trying to sell you SEO, that means nothing. In fact, if they're telling you that, it probably means they're not good in that sense, because they're promoting something that is not even relevant to what they're selling you. So they're trying to trick you basically by saying that they're. Now, if they're going to be managing your ads, that might be worth something when they say that they have the Google Partner Badge. But if they're selling you SEO services, run away if they're saying we're Google Partner status. Basically, they're just trying to rely on Google's name, and you'll see later on in the video how easy it is to get this Google Partner Badge. So basically, you have to pass a test, and you have to spend a certain amount of money in your account, which is not very hard. You just need a couple clients, $20,000 in 90 days, a couple clients, depending on if you're e-commerce, it goes super fast. So that's not a real large barrier to get that. So there's certifications. You have to have different certifications. There's Google Ads, Google Ad Display, Google Ad Search, Google Ad Video, Shopping. So all the certification, again, has nothing to do with SEO. It's only Google Ads, which are Adwords, right? It used to be called Adwords. Now they call it Ads. So it's Google AdWords certification, basically. And you have to take a test. So let's look at this test, right? So Google Ads certification, blah, blah, blah. Here's a test. Prepare, pass the assessment, and earn a certificate. Now, there's a couple certification tests that you need to pass. But guess what? They're not hard to pass, in the sense that I could do a search for Google Ads certification answers. So if I click on here and I start my test, and it's presenting me with all these questions and multiple choice answers, I can find all the answers just by, there's dozens and dozens of sites that just tell me. I just have to do a search for a certain word, boom, find it, here's the answer. I mean, Google updates their test, but this one says updated, update is latest. These sites are updating too, and so you just have to get a certain amount right. I think it's 85% of them right, and you're passed. You could do this in an hour. So technically, you can pass all your certifications really quickly without knowing anything. You just have to copy, paste the question, find it, and then choose the answer. So I'm not saying that it's worthless, because if you did do the reading, if you did do all this studying, right, all this stuff here, you will learn all that information, but just to pass the test, you don't need to. You can cheat, basically. You can cheat to get that. So right off the bat, it's not really hard. Let's put it that way, to get the certification. Now, you still need the certification, one of these certifications, and you need to have a certain amount of spend to be able to be calling yourself legitimately a Google partner. But, you might have seen this image on the bottom of a website of an SEO agency or a consultant or something. And so you're supposed to be able to click on it. When you click on it, like I'm clicking now, it opens up. And I don't know who these people are. All I did is I just searched for Google partner image. I found this site, and so I have no connection with them whatsoever. I'm not bashing them whatsoever. But basically, they have it on their site. They're allowed to put it on their site. And you can see when you click on it, it actually goes to a google.com link, and it has their ID number, and it tells you what they've passed. They've passed the search, right? They've passed this first one, and that's it. And the display, sorry, the search and the display. And for one person, so the rule is you have to have at least 50% of your organization certified in one of those tests, right? If you're only one person, well, that's 100%. So one person in this organization, maybe it's a solo guy, he passed his test, and now he has a certain amount of ad spend in his account, and he's allowed to put his Google partner badge. That's fine. That's great. Again, he might be good at ads. He might be good at SEO, but if he's trying to sell you SEO and is telling you he's a Google partner, they don't necessarily line up. There's no overlap there, because anyone will tell you doing PPC has nothing to do with SEO. They're two different ballparks. Now, I found another website. Again, not affiliated. I have no idea who they are, how good they are, but they have a Google partner badge on the bottom, in their footer. I can't click on it. It doesn't bring me anywhere. It just brings me to the top of the page, right? So that tells me either maybe they were Google certified and now they lost their certification because half their people didn't go and renew their tests that year, or they didn't meet the requirements for the ad spend, maybe, or maybe they just screwed up and they didn't want to link. But if they're not linking to their actual certification Google page, why would you believe if they're a Google partner, right? This tells you what they're certified in. And so if I see this on a website and it doesn't lead me to their certification page, it basically tells me either one, they're not certified anymore, or two, they're just sticking it there to trick you and to lie. Because if I did something and I'm certified for something, and I tell you about it, I'm going to show you proof. Where's the proof, right? So here's the badge, but it doesn't link to the certification page, just like this guy did. He's doing it the right way. And so that's basically why I talk. So basically, getting the Google Partner Badge, one, is not that hard. Right? Not that hard. I can do it in a couple hours if I really wanted to. I could do it in 30 minutes if I copy and paste the answers from a Google search, right? I can find all the answers here, do my test, and boom, at least I have one criteria. Then I have to connect with my Google ads and run some ads. I have to get some money. And that's why they're upping the limit to $20,000 over 3 months instead of $10,000, because it was too easy and people were getting it. Doesn't mean that they're good at it, right? They could be managing money. Doesn't mean that they're good at it. Doesn't mean that they're not wasting it. Doesn't mean that there's not scammers. Doesn't mean they're good or bad. It just means that they passed a simple test and spent money. So from an SEO perspective, if you're hiring, it's not, it's something that you can, if they're showing it to you, if they're asking you about, if they're telling you like, hey, we're Google, partners, all right, show me what certifications you had, when did you get, how many people, prove it to me. If they can't do that, then I would stay away, because chances are they're not being truthful, or they've got it by just cheating, for example, right? It doesn't help that trust value if they can't show you the actual certification like this. And so, 1, doesn't mean they're good. 2, make sure it's true. And 3, if they're selling you SEO, it means nothing. Right? I've said it before. I just want to make sure, because there's a lot. I hate seeing businesses hire agencies, marketing agencies, and they're getting scammed, or they're hiring bad agencies, or they don't understand who they're hiring, and they're seeing, oh, we're a Google partner. It really is very, very little on the things that you should be looking and asking for. So hopefully this has helped someone. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Leave a comment, like, and all that stuff on my YouTube videos. It helps. And see you on the next one.